let's have a look at it. Ooh. Go open here. There we go, flapper mod done by Force Performance and Tuning. Righto, so here we are. We're going to get this whole hot side off, and then I'm going to show you what to do. So first thing we've got to do is get these heat shields off. Righto, I've got the heat shields off, so now we're going to just start taking the lines off, like the air filter, and then we've got to do something with the oil and water lines, and then dump pipe, and then it all just pulls off. Doing this job, this is one thing you will need, because these dump pipe bolts never want to come undone. So instead of snapping one, you just want to lube the shit out of them. Makes it so much nicer to remove them. Righto, there we go. So dump pipe is separated, as you can see. That's off. Now we can get all these water and oil lines off, and the intercooler pipe, and then it will pop off. So under here you've got your oil return line, which needs to be removed. Just here. It's just a couple of bolts and it pops off. We'll put a new gasket on there as it seems to be leaking a bit. And we just got to take the cooler pipe off. There we go, oil return line is loose and ready to come off. Next thing we're going to do is drain the coolant so we don't get coolant everywhere, because we've got to undo that water line and that water line so that it can come off. So we've got our, just cleaned up our oil oil thingy. And so there's our drain cock down the bottom there. Just undo that, dump the coolant. All you do is grab the hose with some pliers and just twist it, and you'll hear the seal break, and I'll just rip the hose, so we'll replace that. Sometimes that happens. If it's too brittle, it will. No coolant goes spilling everywhere because we drained it. Yay! Alright, we're just about ready to go. So we've got dump pipe, we've got oil return line is away, we've got intercooler pipes off, cut that water line. This water line is maneuvered out of the way, so it's ready to pull out. I did disconnect the boost reference off the front of the turbo, which is here. Just got to take the one off the wastegate actuator, which goes to the boost controller, which is there. And then it is, yeah, because we didn't put that stupid brace on, there's a brace that goes from down there, the what do you call them, where the rear housing bolts to the manifold, there's a brace that goes down to the engine mounts, that bolt down there. You do not put that back on because it will save you so much time and pain. It's not necessary. So yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. We've got to undo the manifold and then pull it out. So it's catching. Alright, there we go. See, so we've got standard flapper. I'll show you the difference. So we're going out to lunch, so before we do that, but we're going to just smash, I'm riding, we're just going to smash the hole where the rear housing bolts to the core. It's going to absolutely soak it in WD-40 because that is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, is separating these two. Cool. So first thing I'm going to do is take the water lines off. Held on by a little C-clip. Alright, so now we will try and separate this turbo. Okay, so first thing you got to do, but is make sure you mark it. So you got to mark. Oops, you got to mark the core to the rear housing, but then obviously you have to do it on the new one as well, so you know exactly where it needs to go. So these are 1/2 inch. And they're all pretty loose, and they're not undone. I'll take this off so it doesn't get in our way. So that faces with that. And the not so pretty part of this job. Oh, fuck me. And sometimes they just break free straight away. But obviously it might have something to do with the amount of WD-40 I used. And there we have it. Just got to turn this so we can get this last bolt out. Oh, there's two, my bad. Rightio, there we go. There's our rear wheel. Still in pristine condition. Good tuner. Sorts that out, if you know what I mean. And there you can see our marking there. Got some white paint pen, so that matches up with the two T's in Garrett on the rear housing. And here's our rear housing. Now we've just got to get this off the manifold, and then I'll show you the difference between the flappers. Then we can start bolting it all back together. Look at that, WD-40 does its job every time. So it doesn't hurt just to maybe just line them up before you undo it totally, so you know exactly which way it went. So that goes like that. So we'll leave that one just there. This one comes off now. Not sure why did we put the gasket in there? Rightio, let's have a look at these flappers now. So you can see straight away there is a completely stock flapper. Can you open it? And then the hole associated with it. See the thick ring around the hole there? Just take note of that. Close it. And then on the inside, you're not going to be able to see shit in there, so don't worry about that. Now, flapper mod. See straight away the flapper's a lot bigger. Can you open it? And then the hole is a lot bigger. And you should be able to see inside there. There's a lot of work going in there to smooth it out and get a flow of the air going through there. But yeah, flapper mod rear housing. There's a lot of myths out there that there's meant to be a gasket in there. This is false. These are two perfectly machined surfaces in here. They're mated up together. You do not need a gasket. If you put a gasket in, 9 times out of 10 it will blow out. This one didn't. Not sure. Yeah, if we put one in or...
I don't think we did. I don't know if we took it apart.
Yeah, I think we just left it. So, as you can see, the gasket's in good shape. I don't know if it focus. Gasket's in good shape. So, no, it's not stock because... So this is not meant to be in there. No gasket. Here. Gasket between here and dump pipe, yes. Right, let's bolt it back together. What you will have to do is just rotate it around because you won't be able to get all the bolts back in anyway as it sits. The clamps won't stay there anyway. Get a bolt and a clamp. If I am doing this, which I have done in the past, I Loctite these because they have a tendency to come undone. So alright, there we go. We have 4 rear housing to manifold studs and nuts, FGT, flame and galatite. Then we've got core to rear housing. There's 6 of them. They're all tight. You don't want to do them FGT, you just want to do them a nice firm tight because they're only 6mm thread. And we've got the core in the right spot, front housing's in the right spot. That lines up about half a hole of preload. You don't want it too tight, but you want it tight enough. Just a bit of preload. And do not, I repeat, do not forget to put the circlip on, or you're going to be in for a freaking bad time, I tell you. So we'll get that on right now. Ow. Click. C-clip fitted. So there we go. So that's pretty much the turbo side of things sorted out. We will yeah, when it's on the, I'll just do the water lines on the car now because yeah, I think it's going to be easier. And this is now ready to bolt back on the car. All you worry about is the oil return line going down.
Is it meant to be below that line?
Yeah, it goes down.
Oh, go back up. Yep.
That's it. Alright, set it there. You get a couple of bolts. Alright. So you push the end of the bolt. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep, there you go. Okay, there we go. Line the gasket up with a couple of bolts, and then you just want to get it pretty close. Yeah, leave at least a couple of mil, 2 or 3, something like that, just so you can line all the other bolts up. Alright, so I've got a bit of brake cleaner on it. Just gonna see if we can clean it up a bit and get some goo onto it. You really need to line this tube up with the holes before you even think about trying to bolt it back together, because it is not very nice. And it's pretty damn close there, so let's give it a crack. Alright, let's get a bit of gasket jizz on here. What you want to try not to do is get in the actual oil return hole itself. So we'll just get the clean finger in there. There we go. Alright. See how this goes, eh? Can't really have gone any worse than that. No, better, sorry. I'm just going to nip them up. While it's still fresh, you don't want to do it too tight because you'll squeeze all the silicone out. So you just get the two surfaces buttered up. And we'll come back to that. Alright, so we have the manifold on with the gasket in place, done some bolts up. The turbo's in place, we've got the intercooler pipe on. We have the oil return line on, we have the two vacuum lines on. Just going to put a little zip tie on each one, just because I didn't have it. I don't know why I didn't put them on before, but anyway. One water line fixed, other water line fixed. New little bit of hose, 3/8, and just got to do the two waterline bolts up on the side of the turbo, and dump pipe. Oh, I'll probably do the manifold first, get that secure, then and then oil feed, and then we are almost done. Make sure you don't do banjo bolts too tight, or else you'll get a little click and it's game over. There you go. I just crack that one. So you got a twist now. And then line this one up because it's a 90°. The other way. So it has to go the right way. I've been caught out by that quite a few times. I will admit that. So get a bolt in the dump pipe and then through the gasket. And start the thread. Not light either, because it's old. Whatever, but the diesel's holding up. And then you have to give it a jiggle, get the gasket in place, and then the rest of them will go in with a tiny bit of persuasion, like so. All right, I think we are done. So we have our manifolds back on, dump pipes done up, braces done up, got our heat shields on, we've got our oil, feed and return and water lines are all done up. We have our vacuum lines, we have our boost reference and wastegate actuator lines done up with zip ties on them. The water lines are done. We put some silicone on the thermostat housing. Seal was leaking, even though it's a brand new one from Ford, whatever. Everything's done up, and now we're going to start it up so that we're just going to check for oil leaks basically, and just start it for about 20 seconds, I think. Alright, there we go. We basically just looking for any major oil leaks just to start with. Just start up for a little bit because yeah, we don't have any water in it just yet because we drained it out. But yeah, just a little start to make sure that the turbo didn't make any noises, and looking for oil leaks. And tomorrow, once everything's dried up, all the silicon, we'll put some water in it and make sure we've got no water leaks, and then it's ready for the dyno again. Sweet as. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Make sure you watch some other videos. There's plenty there. Have a good one. Righto, so here we go. Here's a before and after. So before is the blue one and after is the red. So here's the main thing, is the boost control. So that line there is 15 psi, and you can see how much better control we have over the boost, where before it went up to like 17, and then it just went 18, 19, and then it sort of came back down with Jamie trying to tune the boost out of it. And now it's just easy controlled by the flapper mod, so it's much better in that scenario, and it didn't make much less power at all. It's just a nice happier graph. As you can see, that red one, it's a lot smoother. So that is the end result, all done.